In this video, we are going to discuss the addressing modes of 8086. The addressing modes of 8086 can be broadly divided into two categories. One is data addressing mode and the other one is program addressing mode. Now let's discuss them one by one. First, we are going to discuss data addressing modes. The data addressing mode can be broadly divided into 5 categories: immediate addressing mode, register addressing mode, direct addressing mode, register indirect addressing mode, and string addressing mode. Register indirect addressing mode can again be divided into 6 categories: base, base relative, index, index relative, base plus index, and lastly base relative plus index addressing mode. Now let's discuss each of them one by one. First, we are going to discuss the immediate addressing mode. When the data is mentioned or given in the instruction itself, it's called an immediate addressing mode. So one example of immediate addressing mode is move AX, 5000H. Another example of immediate addressing mode is BL, C5H. In both the cases, the data are mentioned within the instruction itself. In the first case, 5000 is a 16-bit data. This 16-bit data is moved to register AX. In the second instruction, C5 is an 8-bit data and the 8-bit data is moved to register BL. The second addressing mode is the register addressing mode. In this type of addressing mode, the name of the register is mentioned in the instruction. Move AX, BX is an example of register addressing mode. Also move CL, DH. This is also an example of register addressing mode. In the first case, a 16-bit data which is residing in register BX is transferred to register AX. In the second instruction, an 8-bit data which is residing in register DH is transferred to register CL. The next one is direct addressing mode. In this type of instruction, the address of the data is mentioned in the instruction itself. Here, two examples of direct addressing mode are shown here. In the first case, a data which is in the memory location 5000 will be transferred to register AX. Now, AX is a 16-bit register which is a combination of AH and AL. The data which is in memory location 5000 will be transferred to AL, and the data which is in memory location 5001 will be transferred to AH. So this 16-bit data will be transferred to this 16-bit register. In the second instruction, the content of memory location 5000 will be transferred to register AL. In both the cases, the address of the data is mentioned. The next one is register indirect addressing mode. Now this addressing mode can be also sub-categorized in 6 categories: base, base relative, index, index relative, base plus index, base relative plus index. In register addressing mode, the address of the data is pointed out by some register, sometimes using some displacement or it may be without displacement also. First, let's discuss the addressing modes which do not have any displacement. That is the base addressing mode, index addressing mode, and base plus index addressing mode. Let's see the examples of each of these. These are few examples of base addressing mode, index addressing mode, and base plus index addressing mode. In the first two examples of base addressing mode, we see that the content of register BX and BP are here the memory pointers. In index addressing mode, SI and DI registers are the memory pointers. And lastly, in base plus index addressing mode, the sum of the content of a base register that may be BX or BP and one index register that may be SI or DI is used as a memory pointer. For the instruction move DL comma within third bracket BX, let's see what happens. The content of BX will be added with the content of data segment multiplied by 10. So this will be the effective address of the data. In the second instruction, move CX comma BP, the content of BP will be added to the content of stack segment multiplied by 10, and then we'll have the effective address. Why stack segment? Because base pointer register is the default offset register for stack segment and BX register is the default offset register for data segment. Now this can be changed if we rewrite this instruction like this: move CX comma DS colon BP. In this case, the content of the base pointer will be added to the content of data segment register multiplied by 10, and this will be the effective address. Here what we have done, we have written DS, and what this means that now the default option for BP has been overridden, and that's why this DS is called segment override prefix. Using segment override prefix, we can change the offset register, but not for all. We cannot change the offset register for code segment. It's by default instruction pointer and it should be instruction pointer, but this can be done. Now after calculating the effective addresses, the content from that location will be transferred to the register which is mentioned as the destination. Now in the first case, the destination is an 8-bit register DL. So the content of that particular memory location will be transferred to DL. But in the second instruction, the destination register is a 16-bit register. So the content of the location pointed out by BP will be transferred to register CL, and the content of the next memory location will be transferred to the register CH. Similarly, we can think about these two instructions also. In this case, the default segment is data segment, which can be overridden using a segment override prefix. And the last two instructions in base plus index, in the same process, the effective address will be calculated. If we use BX, then the default segment will be data segment. If we use BP, the default segment will be stack segment. Next, we are going to discuss the addressing modes where displacements are involved. In base relative addressing mode, in index relative addressing mode, and in base relative plus index addressing mode, a displacement is involved. This displacement can be 8-bit or it can be 16-bit. The first bit of the displacement is a sign. So if the first bit is 1, that means it is a negative displacement. If the first bit of the displacement is 0, that means it is a positive displacement. The first two examples that are being shown here are very similar to the base addressing mode. The only difference is that here some displacement is also there. So while calculating the effective address, it will be done just like before, but now a displacement will be either added or subtracted. Same for index relative addressing mode and same for base relative plus index addressing mode also. The next addressing mode is the string addressing mode. This addressing mode is actually employed in string related operations to operate on string data. The offset register for the source data is source index register and the offset register for the destination data is the destination index register. The base address of the source data is given by data segment and the base address of the destination data is given by the extra segment. The data segment can be overridden, but the extra segment cannot be overridden. In the flag register, we have seen a flag called the direction flag. When the content of the flag is equals to 1, then content of both SI and DI will be decremented. Whereas if the content of this direction flag is 0, then the content of SI and DI will be incremented. So let's discuss an example of string addressing mode. Move S. S means it's a string instruction and then some byte we can write. Here the byte actually decides how many bytes of data will be transferred from the source to the destination. So the effective addresses are calculated like this. Now the content of the source address will be moved to the destination address and depending upon the direction flag, the content of SI and DI will be either decremented or incremented. Now let's discuss various types of program memory addressing mode. These addressing modes are actually related to the jump and call instruction. That is how the addresses are given inside the instruction, and depending upon that there are three types of program memory addressing modes: direct, relative and indirect program memory addressing modes. So let's discuss them one by one. In direct mode, the content of the instruction pointer as well as the code segment is given in the instruction itself. This is an example of direct program memory addressing mode. In this instruction, the content of the new IP and the content of the new code segment is mentioned. The opcode for this jump instruction is EA, and after this instruction the program will jump to the address 3000 multiplied by 10 plus 2000, that is at 32000 location. As we are changing the content of the code segment here, it's called a far jump. or an inter-segment jump. The next one is relative program memory addressing mode. In this type of addressing mode, a displacement is given. The displacement can be of 8-bit, it can be also of 16-bit. Here relative means the address will be relative to the instruction pointer. One example of this is jump and then one 8-bit displacement. If this is the case, then the opcode of this jump instruction is EB. Also we can write jump and then a 16-bit displacement. In this case, the opcode of jump will be E9. Now this displacement can be positive or negative. The first bit will be the sign bit. If the sign bit is 1, then it is a negative displacement. If the sign bit is 0, then it is a positive displacement. So if we have an 8-bit displacement, the displacement will be from plus 127 to minus 128. Whereas if it is a 16-bit displacement, it may range from plus 32767 up to minus 32768. As we are not changing the content of the code segment register and we are only moving around with respect to the instruction pointer, this is called an intra-segment jump. The last one is called indirect program memory addressing mode. This type of addressing mode uses instructions where the jump or call instructions use a 16-bit register, so it may be AX, BX or CX or whatever. It can use a relative register, that is jump BP or jump BX or jump DI, jump SI, but within third brackets. So these will be now memory pointers where the jump address is located, or a relative register with a displacement. The opcode of this indirect jump is FF. If the instruction is jump BX, it will place the content of BX into the instruction pointer, and now the new address will be CS multiplied by 10 plus this instruction pointer value. In jump BP within brackets, the instruction pointer will be loaded with a value and the address of the value is pointed out by the BP register. So what will happen? It will go to the specific location using this formula, and in this location there may be a data. Suppose the data is 00, and in the next memory location let the data be 41. So now this 4100 will be transferred to the microprocessor and subsequently it will be loaded in the instruction pointer. And now again the program will jump to this memory location. And same thing can be said about this instruction also. The only difference is that here this will be in the data segment, and also we have a displacement here. So here we finish our discussion of 8086 addressing modes.